Good morning, everybody. Christian here. Lucky's in the back playing with Gizmo. And this is my final look at Week 6 for DRAFTKINGS.com. Getting into it, pretty tricky week. A lot of questionable tags. That's why I didn't even bother making a video throughout the week because it seemed like everybody was questionable. But things are starting to solidify. Word's getting out. Definitely going to have to check up here in about 30 minutes when final injury reports and actives and inactives are finally complete. But these are my thoughts going into Week 6. Starting at the bottom, working our way up to the top. Defense is kind of a scattershot this week for me. Couldn't really hone on anything I really liked. We got a scattershot of Bears defense, hoping to get some sacks against the Green Bay Packers. Packers have been giving up sacks at a pretty consistent rate this year, so hopefully the Bears at home can get lucky. Defense is going to have to win that game for them, so they're alive today. Baltimore's defense, they're not great, but they're cheap, and the Chargers will be throwing the ball quite a bit, as they always do. They have by far been the most consistent throwing offense in the league this year, and that's just going to give us opportunities for sacks, turnovers, whatever. So punt option 2,300. Carolina looks pretty good this week. The Vikings have not looked good. They've got players coming back. Defense across the board is pretty rough. Dallas Cowboys 3,200. Boy, they look good, but they will be popular this week. They are going on the road and they are due for regression. So they can't get 2 interceptions every single week. The pass rush is legit. The New England offensive line is banged up, so that is not a bad way to go at 3,200. But they might be popular. So anyway, moving on from defense, the most variant thing ever. But up the board to our black hole of lost income is tight end. We're pretty much locking in Ricky Seals-Jones Jr. 3,000 for the Washington football team playing against the Kansas City Chiefs today. Kansas City Chiefs have been more than friendly to the tight end this year, and at $3,000. He'll get there. It'll be fine. For once, we will be right at tight end, I hope. Other notes, obviously Andrews is in play today. Kelsey's always in play. We're not paying up today though, and we're not dancing in the middle. So Ricky Seals-Jones Jr. $3,000. Book him in there almost all the way across the board for us today. Wide receivers, we're going to land on a lot of Tyreek Hill today. People are going to try to get to Devontae Adams as they should, but Tyreek Hill's been questionable all week. He's barely practiced. Andy Reid quoted as saying he looked good at practice. He was bouncing around, and he is likely to play. So we are going there today. Other wide receivers we like today: Cooper Kupp. Don't forget about Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp no one's talking about Cooper Kupp today. He's in a good spot. He'll get his volume. Whether he scores or not will determine his outcome. Keenan Allen. We're gonna shout out Keenan Allen today. Priced way down at I think 6,400. 6,400 is a great price for Keenan Allen and his 12 targets. Mike Williams got worn out last week, and Keenan Allen is due for a touchdown. Not the greatest matchup, not the greatest situation, but like I said, the Chargers love to throw the football. Keenan Allen due to score a touchdown today, so we'll be looking at Keenan Allen quite a bit. Jamar Chase, Cincinnati Bengals. We've liked this kid all year. We have been barely using him. We have started using him, and it's starting to work out a little bit for us. So Jamar Chase, 6,700 in the Dome against the Lions. He'll get his shots. Whether they come through or not, we'll see. But Jamar Chase will get his opportunities. 6,700 Jamar Chase. Moving on down to one of my favorite pay down options for today. We're going to need some pay down options, as we always do. We don't even need to get too weird about it today. Detroit, Amos St. Brown, wide receiver, 4,200. Detroit Lions, 8 targets, 2 straight weeks. They're going to need him this week. Detroit still decimated in their wide receiver realm. That other guy that I can't stand, he did nothing last week, so who knows. But Amos Araunus St. Brown, or whatever his name is, 4,200. Detroit Lions. Get yourself 8 targets today with him. In that same price range, however, we do have Darnell Mooney. He is there today. he's a live football player for sure. Other players at that price point, 4,200. Miko Hartman, he was a very exciting prospect at the beginning of the week when the thought of Tyreek Hill not playing was evident. If Tyreek Hill is first whatever deactivated for today, he is a huge smash play, and we'll be pivoting all over to that, but that'll take a lot of work. Further on down, no Sammy Watkins for the Baltimore Ravens today, so Devin Duvernay becomes a very live player at 3,400. His target share has increased over the weeks. They were excited about him when they drafted him last year, and he has been a very quiet player for them, like most receivers for the Baltimore Ravens. But 3,400, no Sammy Watkins. You can definitely count on some targets there today, so that is a safe $3,400 play for you. Further down the line, they have this other guy in Baltimore, Porsche. He's 3,000. He's the other wide receiver. If you really want to get weird with it, he will play. He will get targeted. He'll probably touch the ball. So not the worst play if you need to get all the way down to $3,000. Moving on. I feel like as if I'm missing somebody right now at wide receiver that I'm supposed to be talking about. Lucky's barking in the back, telling me I'm forgetting about somebody. Well, we're going to talk about some running backs real quick. Not too interested in the afternoon running backs today. It'll be an early slate running back attack for me. Lots of good plays there. Obviously, McCaffrey IR'd. Ow, that's hurting us big time in our season-long stuff. But oh well, moving on. Austin Eckler, he's a solid play today. Baltimore sucks against running backs. So kind of a little bit of a weird spot, them traveling out to Baltimore for the early game. Not exactly sure how much I trust that whole situation. Baltimore plays very well at home. And, Eckler's there, but moving on. My favorite plays for today are Jonathan Taylor, Colts. A little worried about Marlon Mack in the mix there. Nyheim Hines still there. That does give me pause. 6,600. Taylor has smashed against Houston in the past. I generally like using Taylor on the road more than I do liking using him at home. But 6,600 against the Houston Texans, he is a large home favorite. That is a good indicator to use for running backs. Moving on down, Chupacabra Hubbard. He will be playing again at home against the Minnesota Vikings in place of Christian McCaffrey. He got huge volume last week, did great for us, didn't even score. He might score this week, so we are going back to Chupacabra Hubbard, 5,900, and I don't even think he'll be that popular today. The other running back that we really like this week that I haven't heard much about and like his spot a lot is Darrell Henderson, 6,000 for the Rams, playing against the Giants today. Once again, another kind of weird little spot, LA team coming out east for the early game, but it's a great spot. It's a great price. He'll get his opportunities. We are going to go with Darrell Henderson at $6,000 against the Giants. Other running backs you might want to keep an eye on today. Swift is live. I'm not going to Joe Mixon. Probably should, but I'm not going to Joe Mixon. Antonio Gibson. Nobody's been playing Antonio Gibson because he always has a questionable tag, but he is definitely ready to go today, assuming he plays against the Kansas City Chiefs. Very soft opponent. He will get his. Of course, J.D. McKissick could pop today, but that would only help us in our best ball league. So, other than that, I think we talked about Swift. Thought I wanted to get out there real quick, though, before I forget, is something really weird about this main slate, this 10-game main slate, is only 3 home favorites. 3. So, all the road teams are favored today for the most part. So, not exactly sure what that's going to mean. It could be a really weird week. It could be a very high-scoring week. That's what I'm going for. Conditions are favorable across the board. No weather concerns. Lots of dome games. Some trash matchups. Does Cincinnati Detroit go for 70 points or 17? We'll see. So there we go. I mean, that's what we're looking at. A lot of road favorites, so keep that in mind. So just finishing up at quarterback. Like a lot of quarterbacks today, but we're just going to go Patrick Mahomes. We'll get some decent low ownership on a player with a massive ceiling, and we'll just go from there. Washington has been terrible covering the pass. I don't know what happened to that defense for the football team, but Patrick Mahomes, no Clyde Edwards-Helaire this week, so it's going to be a even more throw-happy attack for the Kansas City Chiefs. We like that. Mahomes, we're just gonna go there and be done with it. Lamar Jackson, a great spot, of course. Flip side of that game, Tyler Heineke. You can go there, sure. Why not? We're already going with Ricky Seals-Jones Jr. Terry McLaurin is going to play, but that does seem like there's going to be a little bit of regression with that. Football team passing offense. Jared Goff live, whatever. He's cheap. He's like $5,000 this week. So since we like his the wide receiver option of St. Brown, Goff, whatever. We keep going. We keep thinking about Goff. We always give Goff a little chance every week. Just hoping to get that 30-point game that he had in week 1. Anyway. Like I said, Justin Herbert, once again, Justin Herbert throws the ball more than anybody else in the league. I was kind of shocked to see that. Like I said, it's Mahomes week. We're just going to go with Mahomes and be done with it. Haven't talked much about the afternoon slate. Kareem Hunt is going to fill in. The Browns do have that other guy, Damian something or other. He's a flat $4,000 at the running back position. He will touch the ball a couple of times today, so keep him in mind. Real quick, Bears situation. They have their backup, whatever his name is, escapes me off the top of my head, but he's 4,600. He doesn't even have a picture at DraftKings.com. He just has a little Bears icon. But hey, 4,600, go get yourself some. I think the Broncos are going to kick the shit out of the Raiders today. We'll see. That's about all I got. Yeah, Lucky's telling me that I'm done. So, video's just about long enough, and I think I got it all out there. So to recap real quick, defense scattershot, but I like the Bears. The Bears are going to be my we're going to get lucky defense, possibly the Ravens. Ricky Seals-Jones Jr. at the tight end position. We like Tyreek Hill, Jamar Chase, and Mario Aeneas St. Brown, or whatever his name is, for Detroit. He's going to help us out today. Our running back core today is going to be Darrell Henderson, Jonathan Taylor, and a lot of Chupacabra Hubbard today. That's going to be a pretty big mix for us. And capping it off with Patrick Mahomes. So that is going to be how we're attacking this week 6 on Sunday. Hopefully I can get myself a little early birthday treat. Birthday's on Tuesday. We're getting up there, thank goodness. Anyway, so that's the video. We'll see how it comes out. I'm going to post it hopefully in time for 9:30. Not that anybody's really watching these days, but these are my videos, and just vlogging my fantasy football experience this year, and looking forward to making that video announcing how we had a big ceiling spike week. So look forward to that video, hopefully this week. Later.